Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing? Welcome back to Dijonae Jàyñae Garden.
And personal channel.
And of course, guys, today we are happy to be with you on another video, right? And of course, welcome to Read Aloud Friday.
And this is the day where you guys are to come on screen and read your story.
And of course, we're happy to have you all with us today. All right. So, mega welcome to all the persons that are here with us and to all the persons that will come on this replay. Of course, we're happy to have you all on Read Aloud Friday. All right. So, guys, we are going to go right ahead. And of course, we are going to share our stories with you, right? And of course, you must be lucky to be on this live. All right, mega welcome to the Dynamic Didi girls, and of course, special thanks to the Dynamic Didi girls for that super what is it? Is it a super sticker? Yeah, a super sticker. All right, may God continue to bless the Dynamic Didi girls. And of course, guys, if you have not yet subscribed to the Dynamic Didi girls, please to go ahead and do so. All right, they are one of Dijonae's member. All right, they are one of Dijonae members. All right, guys, you guys are fantastic. All right, so the story that we are going to be starting off with tonight is the golden touch. So we're going to start off with the golden touch. In a faraway land, there once lived a king whose name was Midas. Although Midas was very rich, he was not happy because he wanted more gold and more gold and more gold.
So many gold.
So many golds. One morning, as he sat counting his money, a bright sunbeam came darting through the window. The king stopped in surprise. There, perched
on the sunbeam, was the happiest little fairy you ever saw.
She had golden hair, a golden dress, and golden shoes. When the fairy saw that the king was sad, she said, Midas, why are you so unhappy? What is it that you wish? Midas said, I have been saving my gold for years and years, and yet I cannot get enough. I sometimes wish that everything I touch would turn to gold. Are you sure you like that? Asked
the
fairy. Of course, she said Midas. I would be then one of the richest and happiest men in the world. All right, replied the fairy. At daybreak tomorrow, you shall have your wish. The next day, King Midas rose at dawn. As soon as he touched his clothes, they turned into beautiful golden robes. He walked proudly from his room. On his way down the stairs, he touched the shining wooden railing. At once it became bright gold. Oh, happy he was. Midas went into the garden. He touched the flowers, and they all turned bright, shining gold. Then he returned and entered his dining hall. There he saw the table laid for breakfast. As the king wished to please his little daughter Marigold,
he touched the small blue bowl from which she always drank her milk. It too turned to gold.
Suddenly Marigold came running in from the garden. She was crying, and in her hand she held a stiff golden rose. Look, she cried.
All the flowers have become stiff and hard and ugly. A cruel fairy must have done it.
She sat down
To
to
breakfast,
breakfast.
she looked for her bowl. This is dreadful, she said. Even my nice little blue bowl has changed.
The king was very sad to see his little daughter so unhappy. Kindly he said to her, "Don't worry, Marigold. The flowers and the bowls are now worth more than ever. You will soon learn to love them."
No, she won't.
Midas did not know that the golden touch was to bring him great sorrow. As soon as he tried to eat, he found that every bit of food he touched was turned to gold. Although the table was covered with the best of food, poor King Midas could not eat anything. When Marigold finished her breakfast, she ran to her father very tenderly. He touched her hair.
To his horror, his little girl turned to
Gold.
gold. His gentle Marigold, whom he loved so dearly, would never be able to speak to him again. How unhappy he was. Now he knew that gold was not the greatest thing in the world.
Just then a golden sunbeam entered the room. On the sunbeam stood the same happy fairy. "Why are you so sad?" she asked. "Are you not pleased with your wish?" "No," cried Midas. "Take away the golden touch." "Shh."
See what it has done to my lovely Marigold. Please give my little girl back to me.
"I am very sad. I am very glad that you have learned a lesson. There are many things better than gold. If you wish
To rid yourself of the golden touch, bathe yourself in the river. Afterwards, pour a little water from the river on everything you have turned to gold."
King Midas hurried to the river and bathed himself. He also carried a large jug of water from the river to the palace. Soon he had his darling Marigold again. How happy they were! Together they went into the garden and changed the hard golden flowers to lovely, soft, smelly, sweet blossoms. What a dreadful place this
World would be if everything was made of gold, said King Midas.
Yes, replied Marigold.
Everything which is soft and warm and beautiful would become hard and cold and ugly.
Aww, so awesome. Alright, so the title of the story that we were reading was about
The golden touch.
the golden touch. So here we have the comprehension side to it. So we're going to ask some questions based on the story. Name 3 characters that you heard in the story. Mega welcome to you, Wild Rich, and everyone that are in the chat. So 3 characters that were mentioned in the story are
The fairy, King Midas, and Marigold.
very good.
Number 2. 2 characters are related. Who are they and what is their relationship?
So the 2 characters that were related in this story, they are,
King Midas and Marigold.
and of course, King Midas is Marigold's dad.
Father.
Alright? So we say Marigold is the daughter of King Midas. Alright?
How did Marigold feel when she saw the golden flowers? Was she upset? Was she happy? Or was she confused?
And of course, she was
Upset.
very upset.
Why couldn't Midas eat anything? He couldn't eat anything because the food that he touched turned to gold.
Yes. So there was nothing for him to eat because it was all golden. Alright?
How did Midas feel when Marigold was turned into gold? He was pleased, he was horrified, or he was puzzled. He was horrified.
Alright? So that was a wonderful story. That was a wonderful story. So let's do some more part to that story. So Midas was a king, and if Midas was a king,
what is the title given to a king's wife?
A king's wife is called a
Queen.
And of course, a king's daughter is called a
Princess.
And a king's son is called a
Prince.
Uh-huh.
You use your hands to touch.
You use your hands to touch. So you use your ears to do what?
Hear.
Yeah, to listen to things, to music, to sound. And you use what to see?
Your eyes.
Your eyes to see. What do you use to taste?
You use
your tongue. What do you use to smell?
Your nose.
Your nose. Uh-huh. And of course, guys, that was just an awesome story.
Yeah.
Alright. So, mega welcome to you, Wild Rich. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us in this wonderful read aloud session.
Ooh.
So, Dijonae is now going to share a story with you, and this is our second story for tonight.
Yes. The Princess and the Shepherd. Far across the sea, there once lived a very beautiful princess named Rose. The princess was the king's only daughter, and he was very, very fond of her. Princess Rose grew from a lovely child into a beautiful maiden. Many men came from far and near to seek to marry her. She refused all of them. Some wished to marry her for her riches, and the others wanted only to become king when her father died. At last, the king made up his mind to try out a clever plan. He told the princess in secret, and she at once agreed to it. Here was the plan. The princess was to dress in rags and wander through her father's kingdom. She was not to tell anyone that she was really a princess. When she returned, she would wed the man who had shown her the greatest kindness. The princess changed her rich gown and jewels for a tattered dress, a pair of old shoes, and a cheap shawl to cover her head. Early next morning, before anyone was awake, she slipped out of the palace without being seen. The princess walked on and on for many miles, until, at last, she sat by the roadside to take a rest. While she was resting there, a proud young man came galloping along on his big white war horse. She stepped out into the roadway and stopped him. "Kind sir," said the princess, "I am tired and have a long way to go. Could you please take me part of the way?" "Indeed," cried the man, "I will do nothing of the kind. Out of my way!" He struck the horse with his spurs, and away he sped in a cloud of dust. "A very proud, selfish man," said the princess to herself. On walked the princess until she came to a castle. As she was passing the gateway, she met a man who was riding on a pony. "What are you doing here?" he shouted. "I seek shelter and rest," said the princess. "I have traveled far, and I am very tired." "Clear out of here at once," roared the angry man. At his cruel words, the princess turned and hurried off down the road. After a time, she met a rich merchant. He was leading his donkeys, which were heavily laden with all kinds of goods. The princess stopped him and said, "I am very tired and hungry. Could you spare me a little food?" "You can starve for all I care," replied the man. "Be off with you." The poor sad princess turned away. No one had shown her any kindness since she had left the palace. It so happened that a young shepherd saw the princess as she came along the dusty highway. "Hello," he called to her. "You look very tired. Come over here and rest a while." She did so very thankfully. The princess sat down, took off her old shoes, and rubbed her sore feet. "You must be hungry too," said the shepherd. "You will share my lunch with me." From a bag slung over his shoulder, he took out a slice of bread, a piece of cake, a horn of milk, and a mug. The shepherd carefully wiped the mug and filled it with milk. He offered it to the princess, who thanked him and drank it thirstily. Then he offered her the cake, but she made him break it in half so that they both had a piece. They laughed and talked about different things. At last, the princess said that she must go on her way. The princess was now very happy because she had found someone who was good and kind. She returned to the palace and went at once to see her father. "Well, daughter," said the king, "did you meet anyone who was worthy to be your husband?" "Yes, father," replied the princess. "The only one who showed me any kindness was a shepherd. He even shared his food with me when I was hungry and thirsty." "A shepherd? Well, well," said the king in surprise. "Let him be brought to the palace so that we can meet him." The shepherd, whose name was David, was summoned to the palace. He did not know why he should be asked to attend the royal court, and he was a little afraid. The shepherd entered the great throne room. When he saw the king and the queen, he bowed low before them. "Are you the young shepherd who shared his lunch with a poor beggar maid?" asked the king. "Yes," replied David. "She was tired and hungry, and I could not let her starve." Suddenly, the princess appeared, and the shepherd stared at her in surprise. He knew that the poor girl he had helped was none other than Princess Rose. The king smiled, so did the queen, and everyone gleefully clapped their hands. The young couple were married soon afterwards, and they lived very happily ever after. The end.
And that was the end of that story. So we have some questions here for you. The first question is, what is the princess named after?
Is she named after a fruit, a vegetable, or a flower? She is named after a flower.
So find 2 reasons why many men wanted to marry the princess.
They wanted to marry her for her riches, or they wanted to marry her when the king died.
Alright. So guys, you guys are doing a fantastic job. We're happy to have you here with us. And of course,
which word best describes the princess' clothes when she left the palace? Was it fluffy, fine, or beautiful? It was fluffy. When did the princess leave the palace?
Was it in the morning, was it in the evening, or in the afternoon?
It was in the morning. Where did the princess meet a man riding a pony? By the roadside, on the dusty highway, or at the castle? On the dusty highway. What did the shepherd share with the princess? Milk. What did the princess ask the shepherd to do with the cake? She asked him to break it in half.
And of course, I do hope that you enjoy these stories. Thank you so very much for joining us on Read Aloud Friday. And of course, guys, if you are just coming in, we're happy to have you. Please remember to give us a thumbs up, share us out if you can, tell a friend to tell a friend to come on over and to subscribe. Watch our video if you have not yet done so, and please be reminded that we love you. We would normally go live on a Friday at 6:30 for Read Aloud Friday. And guys, we do hope that you enjoy this story, all right, that Dijonae just did, and the one that we did together before. Guys, please remember that on a Tuesday, Dijonae would normally do vocabulary building.
Where I would help people to build up their vocabulary. On a Wednesday, I would do game time lives. And not only do I do game time lives, but I also make it educational and I make it fun for everybody. On a Thursday is where we would do Maths Ever, where we would do maths with money. And on a Friday, back to this, we would do Read Aloud Friday. And this is the day where everybody gets to come on screen and read their story.
Alright, so guys, you are all fantastic, and as you know, every good thing must come to an end. Alright, so if you did not get the chance to participate on this live, feel free to watch the replay, and mega shout out to all the persons that will come on this replay. We are happy to have the persons who are in the back looking on the inside, and for the persons who are active in the chat, we appreciate you all. Thank you for joining us, and of course thanks to all the super chatters. Alright, and of course guys, we're happy to have you. You guys are fantastic. Until next time, you know that every good thing must come to an end. Alright, so until next time, we love you. Bye.
And as we always say,
Rock good.